Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, along with my brother Brent, and Dr. J is going to join us. What's going on over Mar-a-Lago, Texas, New Jersey, Washington, D.C.? Everybody is seeing something in the sky that is unexplained. We have the breaking news report for you tonight. Let's roll this.
Tonight in central New Jersey, a mystery in the sky.
What the heck?
The FBI is now investigating multiple sightings of swarms of drones hovering menacingly overhead.
Outside New York City, the drone mystery tonight in the skies over New Jersey, seen flying near President-elect Trump's Bedminster golf course and a military base, what authorities are now saying.
Now we turn to a mystery in the sky in New Jersey. The FBI says it's investigating a series of possible drone flights. People on the ground across central Jersey have reported them over the past several days.
Night after night for the last several weeks.
I can see 3 drones just in this view. There is another one over here and another one back here.
Now to the concern in the skies outside New York City tonight, the drone mystery over New Jersey, seen flying near President-elect Trump's Bedminster golf course and near a military base. The FAA now taking action.
The drones have been described as larger than what a hobbyist might fly.
They made kind of a low hum, similar to what you would expect from a plane, a smaller plane.
Some of the drones have been spotted close to a military installation and President-elect Trump's Bedminster Golf Club, where he frequently stays.
This is over my house right now. What is that?
That's the question on everyone's mind as this object, and at times apparent clusters of objects, hovered over northern New Jersey last night. Multiple sightings were captured on cell phone video in the evening and matched similar images seen over the last 2 weeks.
Right, the major news is breaking it down. Mar-a-Lago under alert, no-fly zones across major military bases, nuclear power plants. They're subject to the phenomenon right now, and we're breaking it down. And these reports coming in from the major media, they state that maybe there's nothing to it, or they don't know what it is, or don't be afraid. It's okay, but again, it's a lot of disinformation going out. Listen.
Tonight, the FAA says at the request of federal security partners, it is prohibiting drone flights over Picatinny Arsenal Military Base and Trump's golf course. From the Hindenburg to War of the Worlds, David, New Jersey has seen its share of aerial intrigue. Tonight, authorities say they understand the public's concern about the drones, but they say there's no immediate danger.
So if they don't know what they are, and they move faster than our jet pilots, and they can't chase them down, and they state that we shouldn't worry about it, is an understatement of ridiculousness. This is crazy what's going on across our nation, and the major media saying just be cool. But again, these reports, it's funny just to watch the major media and how they play out a day late behind Third Phase of Moon.
Clearly in a formation.
The FBI says they are possibly drones and is asking the public for information and videos of any such activity. Local police say there's no immediate danger to the public, but they don't have an explanation for the flying objects, including reports of fixed-wing aircraft or small planes.
So the FBI is stating that they don't know what they are, where they're coming in from, but we shouldn't worry about it. If you look at these photographs that have been coming in over the past couple of days to Third Phase Moon, these aren't your typical drones, in our opinion. We're looking at something that is incredibly high in meta propulsion, something that we're not aware of, the public anyway. What we're looking at here is interesting, and when the FBI is getting involved with regards to sightings and telling people to turn your footage in, you should do it, but you should share it with us right here at Third Phase of Moon too. Now listen.
You can actually hear them before you see them because you hear the buzzing.
Ryan Dawson witnessed the purported drones over his neighborhood.
It's suspicious to me, obviously. It's creepy. Everybody in town thinks it's creepy.
Because it seems like there's always more than one.
More than one, multiple sightings across different states, and right now the evidence is overwhelming that there's something going on. This isn't mundane stuff, but the question is, who's behind it? What's behind it? Is there something that is about to happen here very soon? Yeah, Blake, it's major. It's over Mar-a-Lago, Donald Trump, it's nuclear bases, D.C., and it seems to be lighting up. Just this week, everything's kind of coming to a head. What's going on around the world? Well, we're going to find out. More clips.
Along with the activity in the skies, Olivia DiMatteo says theories abound among local residents coming to her coffee shop.
The rumors have gone from Russian spies to people stalking Trump to aliens, so nobody really knows what's going on, but it's definitely concerning.
Definitely there should be a concern, and we need answers. I think our government should start coming forward with legitimate evidence of the suppressed technology that's being, in our opinion, harnessed by some rogue corporation. I think these are ours, in our opinion, but it's using something that is beyond our comprehension here. We're looking at something, in our opinion, that is possibly ET in nature or some kind of high advanced military drone or rogue corporation. But right now, it's surrounding our nation and the world.
The Federal Aviation Administration has banned drones over the nearby Trump National Golf Club in Bedminster and a nearby military installation.
No one can figure out, like, why are they here?
For CBS Mornings, Tom Hansen, New York.
So Donald Trump, we've got drones over there. We've been speaking with insiders over there in Washington, D.C. It's very interesting on how everything is playing out right now. So let's get in Dr. J on his thoughts of the recent activity in the past couple weeks.
There's quite a few things going on globally the last couple weeks. Almost every major airport and Air Force base, you have things going on in Russia, in the United Kingdom, and of course here around the States. Now, some look like they're using technology that doesn't look like ours. You have triangular craft that look like mini TR-3Bs that people report a low hum, which you don't normally hear in a drone. However, others look like typical drones and they sound like drones. And my guess is some of these are probably China checking out our military installations before Trump gets in there and really cracks down on that kind of stuff. So I think what we're seeing globally is a little bit of both. We're seeing man-made drones doing typical surveillance. You're also probably seeing ARVs when you are seeing these crazy types of other UAP drones that don't look like stuff that we normally have that could fly.
And we got them flying over the golf course, Mar-a-Lago, right there over Trump, and they're worried about this.
Well, what's insane about that is they just announced a no-fly zone because of the FBI investigating these drones over sensitive military installations. So even after that, when they say there's a no-fly zone and they're saying no drones of any kind are going to go over, the Winter White House is what they're calling Mar-a-Lago now, and yet all of a sudden you have them breach airspace almost immediately. So that begs the questions: are those drones over Mar-a-Lago not the Chinese drones, because Trump would definitely take retribution if he found out they were? Are these more ARVs, alien reproduction vehicles, or are these more of the type of drones that maybe ET sent out to check out what we're doing?
When they state that we shouldn't worry about it and they got it under control, basically, what should we take on that statement?
You know what? It's everything. You never take anything at the government's word. I always take it with a grain of salt. When they say they know what these things are, I don't believe them. When the Senate committee heard the UAP task force and they heard the guy from Aero basically saying the Tic Tac was just a misidentified plane like an SR-71, the most bogus explanation he can ever say, considering you have the pilots that saw this stuff. So when they're saying not to worry, or they know what these things are, or anything.
Well, they say
like
they
that,
don't know what they
don't
are.
believe them at all.
They actually say they don't know what they are.
Which is why the FBI is investigating. I think they either know what they are and they are afraid to admit it, but they're downplaying the threat either way. I just don't believe whatever they say they are. It's possible they don't know what they are, or it's possible they do know, but they're embarrassed. So either way, they're not telling the truth.
Yeah, either way, we just got to keep an open mind and look at the facts and the data. And we're receiving this video coming in from Popocatépetl. And we just received this video moments ago, and we wanted to share it with you. We're going over the breaking news, but everybody wants to see the latest UFO videos, and that's what we're doing right now. And we're looking at some kind of, it almost looks triangular, and it's hovering right to left, kind of upward into the skyline, and it looks big. And it was captured on the, I think, the webcams to Mexico, and I love what's happening over Popocatépetl over the past month or two. Yeah, Blake, this is some crazy footage. We're looking at this bright illuminated triangular light just kind of drifting up from the caldera of this active volcano. And we're also seeing these gaseous sprays of things that are coming out from the left and right of it, which is very interesting. Here's another clip coming in from the same region, same volcano, and the characteristics are matching. What's going on?
To me, this is really mind-blowing because you have two separate cameras watching the volcano, and you have a typical triangle or pyramid-type craft, and it's glowing. And every time I see a glowing craft, it reminds me of Bob Lazar's documentary that he released in 1990, where he explained when you have a gaseous atmosphere like ours, which is mostly nitrogen and oxygen with a few other things in it, and you have a source of high-voltage electricity, like something like a nuclear reactor, which is a lot of times what's in these craft, then it produces a glow along with a hum that you could hear. So I think that's what's driving the glow from this. But really fantastic catch, guys.
You know, it is incredibly fantastic what we're looking at here. It's unexplained and it's legit. We're getting a close-up still off the video itself, and the illumination, the plasmic charge coming off this triangular pyramid-shaped craft in close proximity to one of the world's most active volcanoes here. Is it possible that it really wants to harness the energy from the volcano? It's been speculated, but the activity around this certain volcano just seems off the hook, like it's continuing on a daily basis, and we're keeping a close eye on this. Now, again, a lot of videos are coming into Third Phase Moon, and everybody should be having their eyes on the skies across the United States, across the world. Have your video cameras ready, and when you go out tonight, just keep looking up. Look out for the activity. It's happening on a daily basis, nightly, 24/7. So as I state that, let's get to this next video, and it appears to be, again, something major going on, and this video kind of shocked us when we looked at it for the first time. Here it is. So we got these large craft, like two of them, just hanging up side by side. We can see they're behind the electric lines right there, way up there on the mountainside, and they're moving. Quite interesting. I don't think these are planes coming in to land in any airport. We're not seeing any FAA lights. They're huge. These things, in my opinion, are at least maybe 300 to 500 feet in diameter, each of them. Yeah, it almost looks like they're going to collide right at that moment, and then they kind of just drift from each other. As it seems like it's intelligent as they create this approach upon each other. This is weird stuff. Very strange. Could this be maybe a cable car gondola system? I'm not sure. This is really bizarre footage. I've never seen anything like this. I would like to see a daytime photo of where this is. I think this is in Colombia somewhere. So if we could get daytime action of this exact same spot, then we could prove what's going on here.
You know, you literally took the words out of my brain that I was going to say about the intelligence. The fact that these two craft veer course at the very last minute before colliding with what looks like it could be a plane clearly shows that there's an intelligent control involved. Possibly these things are piloted, if not they're AI drones. Now, at first I thought we were possibly looking at one craft, but then when they veered and one went below the other to pass the craft, the airplane, that's when I realized you're looking at more than one. Like you said, this is very, very weird and bizarre, and I too would love to see a daytime photo of where this took place.
Absolutely. And now we have an exclusive cut for you tonight. Our documentary, Battle for Disclosure, December 10th, 2024. It's going to drop worldwide. Japan, the UK, Russia, Germany, Canada, everywhere. And we want to give you this sneak peek with regards to the National Enquirer connection and UFOs and what Greer and the photo editor had to say. Listen.
We know that, for example, and I've had this shared with me by senior intelligence officials back in the 90s, that a lot of the best UFO cases would be channeled away from the mainstream media to, frankly, discredited tabloids like the National Enquirer.
My name is Bill Graham, and I worked almost 25 years at the National Enquirer.
Firing minds want to know.
I want to know.
When I started out, was the only medium around that covered the subject of UFOs.
This is the stuff that tabloid dreams are made of.
In 1981, when I joined the Enquirer, we put a lot of money into covering UFOs. I knew there was like a dedicated crew that we had that's all they did. And many people aren't aware how much money the Enquirer actually spent on the subject. The Enquirer was a cash cow. The publisher learned how to really make a lot of money by being at every supermarket checkout counter in the country. So with all this cash flowing in, money was never any object. We'd send people to countries in South America, Asia, and so, you know, people were skeptical because it's the National Enquirer. Oh, this isn't true, this isn't true. And I went in very skeptical myself at first. And then my job as a photo editor, we'd have teams of people go in and interview people that saw something. And it wasn't just like lights in the sky. I would see stories where, you know, we'd have story files. The person would own a farm and a UFO would land at the farm. And it wouldn't just like be a light in the sky, it was something with form, structure. And there was frequently like a beam of light that would sort of paralyze them. And they would show, they would have, some of them had burns, radiation burns and things. So that changed my way of thinking on the subject of UFOs.
You don't know that at the very top, that whole project is being run illegally.
These are brand new witnesses, and they've got bombshell information to talk about.
These technologies are unsanctioned. They are illegal operations, and this can be proven in any court of law.
It's like, wow, nobody's coming after us. We're gonna do this until we can get away with it.
They would have so much control over everything if they had that. If this information was all released, it could fall into the wrong hands.
They're using security as a cover for illicit or illegal or even treasonous activities.
The members of Congress didn't have the detailed information of the precise location.
Where they keep the bodies, the craft, the debris, all the evidence that we've been searching for the last 80 years.
He knew how to keep a secret. Secrets were his stock in trade.
They're literally making their own money to fund their own projects.
We have a source currently in the deep black world.
It doesn't matter if you're president of the United States, you're not going to talk about that.
There was this large monolithic slab, looked like it was elevated off of the ground.
It is traumatic.
Look, this is the most top secret shit you've ever heard of.
December 10th, 2024. Mark your calendar. It's going to rumble the internet. And what we just heard there, the National Enquirer former photo editor came forward and spoke in detail in this documentary with regards to the possible CIA connection to undermine the UFO phenomenon, to dumb it down and hide it from the public. And this exclusive that we obtained with Bill Graham, he's been in the business for 25 years, and he came forward and shared with us insight that the world has never heard before. So we're excited to share this little clip from Battle for Disclosure. Again, you could pre-order right now. The link is in the description. Dr. J.
This is the fourth installment of the Disclosure series. I've seen almost every documentary about UFOs literally in the last 40 years, and of course, some made before I was even born. This is by far my absolute favorite. After I screened it, I told you guys this is absolutely go number one. Everybody out there, you must see it. If you care about UFOs in general, even if they're just piquing your interest and you don't know much about them, if you care about the topic for disclosure, you want to see interviews and witnesses of the highest caliber, including a congressman, Tim Burchett. You have to see this documentary. I can't stress this enough. Like I said, it is literally my favorite, and I'm dying to know what you folks think as you see it on December 10th.
You know, it's insane, the information coming out. And Battle for Disclosure, it was a battle to get this documentary on all streaming platforms. There's been a lull in the content being provided on all these major platforms. We're going to be first as Street to Date to release Battle for Disclosure. And when Dr. Greer and Bill Graham explain this connection and how we see the manipulation in the major media wanting to manipulate even these elections, and it didn't quite work out, I think the American public's getting ready for disclosure, and it's going to happen. It's right around the corner here.
Yeah, what's so exciting is when this documentary drops, it's all in a fluid motion, and we're working on a new documentary. It's going to drop within 3 months right after this new one, Battle for Disclosure, which is, it's kind of like putting everything, we're running to the end, and I think we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel when it comes down to disclosure. 2025, Donald Trump, the new administration. Greer's been telling us a lot of stuff, and I think we're going to talk about it more in the next 4 or 5 days with Greer personally, that he's going to give us some inside information that's happening right now, but we're keeping this on the down low.
Yeah, hint, he might be, well, from what we're hearing, we're just going to, it's getting out there that Dr. Greer is going to be giving the incoming president some briefings, and we're going to keep you updated on that. And we spoke with Tim Burchett moments just after he left, speaking with Trump while we're there in DC. So the inside information is that this administration is going to be maybe a little different from what we've had in the past. Let's keep our fingers crossed, and we're going to hold their feet to the fire to get disclosure. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. It's been a wild ride. Dr. J, appreciate it.
Always 10-4.
We'll catch y'all later. Everybody, we'll see you next time.